Ever wondered about the rules of boxing? Well, let's unravel that mystery together. We're diving into the nitty-gritty of boxing rules, from the basic regulations to fouls and penalties, even touching on the specific rules for championship bouts. We'll also highlight the importance of safety equipment in this noble and thrilling sport. It's not just about the punches, it's about the strategy, the discipline, and the respect for the game. By the end of this video, you'll have a comprehensive understanding of boxing rules. Boxing has a rich and vibrant history. Originating in ancient Greece as an Olympic sport, it was a brutal and unregulated contest with few set rules. As time progressed, so did the sport. The introduction of gloves in the late 17th century was a significant development, transforming boxing into a sport of strategy and skill. Moving forward to the 19th century, the Marquess of Queensberry rules were introduced. These rules, which included the use of gloves and the 10-second knockout count, are still prevalent in the sport today. They brought about a newfound focus on safety and fairness, shaping boxing into the sport we recognize now. Over time, boxing has evolved from a bare-knuckle, survival-based contest to a sport with strict regulations and an emphasis on safety and strategy. This evolution is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of the sport. Now that we know a bit about the history, let's dive into the rules. Boxing, like any sport, has its own set of rules. Let's dive into the basic rules of boxing to get a clear understanding of what happens inside the ring. First up is scoring. You might think boxing is all about knockouts, but it's actually a sport of points. Each round is scored by 3 judges on a 10-point scale. The boxer who wins the round gets 10 points, while the loser gets 9 or less. The judges consider effective aggression, ring generalship, defense, and clean and hard punches when scoring a round. Next, we have the rounds. A professional boxing match typically consists of 12 3-minute rounds with a 1-minute rest between rounds. Amateur bouts, on the other hand, usually have 3 rounds that last 3 minutes each. This structure can vary depending on the boxing organization and the importance of the match. Now let's talk about the role of the referee. The referee is the in-ring official responsible for enforcing the rules of the match. They have the authority to start and stop the fight, count for knockdowns, and deduct points for rule violations. It's the referee's job to ensure a fair fight and protect the boxers from unnecessary harm. In boxing, a knockdown occurs when a boxer touches the canvas with any part of the body other than the soles of their feet, usually as a result of a legal punch. The referee then begins a count. If the downed boxer doesn't rise to their feet by the count of 10, the match is over, and it's ruled a knockout. On the other hand, a knockout, or KO, occurs when a boxer is so badly injured they can't continue the fight. The referee, a ringside doctor, or even the boxer's corner can decide to end the match. A technical knockout, or TKO, happens when a boxer can't continue the fight for any reason other than injury, or when the boxer's corner throws in the towel. These basic rules form the foundation of any boxing match. They ensure that the sport remains fair, competitive, and above all, safe for the athletes involved. Boxing isn't just about throwing punches. Now let's delve into the nitty-gritty of fouls and penalties that can occur in the ring. This will help you understand how a boxing match can turn on its head in an instant, and why certain actions can lead to a boxer's disqualification. Firstly, low blows. This is when a boxer punches their opponent below the belt. It's considered a major foul due to the potential damage it can cause. Referees will typically give a warning for the first offense, and if it continues, points can be deducted, or the offender can even be disqualified. Next, we have hitting an opponent who is down. This is a serious offense and can lead to immediate disqualification. The rule here is clear. When a boxer is down, their opponent must immediately step back and stop throwing punches until the referee signals the fight to continue. Moving on, let's talk about holding or clinching. While it's a common defensive strategy, excessive holding can be considered a foul. If a boxer is seen to be holding too often to avoid fighting, the referee can issue warnings, deduct points, or in extreme cases, disqualify the offending boxer. Then, there's headbutting, another significant foul. Deliberately using the head to strike an opponent is not only dangerous but also against the rules. If a referee deems a headbutt to be intentional, the offending boxer can be disqualified. Finally, let's touch on rabbit punches. These are blows to the back of the head or neck, and they're illegal due to the high risk of serious injury. Consequences for this foul can range from warnings and point deductions to disqualification. So as you can see, boxing isn't simply about who can throw the hardest punch. It's a sport of strategy, finesse, and above all, respect for the rules and the opponent. There's a fine line between a fair fight and a foul, and crossing that line can have severe consequences. Understanding fouls and penalties is crucial to understanding the sport of boxing. The rules are there to ensure the safety of the boxers and to uphold the integrity of this age-old sport. Safety is a top priority in boxing. The sport may be about strength, skill, and strategy, but without the right safety equipment, the ring can quickly become a dangerous place. Gloves are a boxer's first line of defense. They cushion the blow, protecting both the person throwing the punch and the one on the receiving end. Then there are the mouth guards, an essential piece of gear that safeguards a boxer's teeth and reduces the risk of concussions. Other critical safety equipment includes hand wraps, which provide additional wrist and knuckle protection, and headgear, especially used in amateur bouts to shield the head from potential injuries. Boxing shoes, with their lightweight design and non-slip soles, contribute to the safety aspect too, by ensuring good footwork and balance. In essence, every piece of equipment has a critical role to play in keeping boxers safe. Safety equipment is the backbone of every boxing match, ensuring the well-being of the fighters. Championship matches have a few additional rules. Now, when it comes to the championship matches, things get a bit more intricate. These bouts are the pinnacle of the boxing world, where the stakes are sky high and the rules are a tad more complex. In most professional boxing matches, there are typically 12 rounds, but in championship fights, the number of rounds can go up to 15. This is to further test the endurance and skill of the boxers vying for the title. Another key differentiator in championship matches is the scoring system. While the basic 10-point system is still in play, there's an added emphasis on what's known as championship rounds. These are the final rounds of the match, typically rounds 11 and 12 or 14 and 15 in a 15-round bout. In these rounds, judges often look for effective aggression, ring generalship, and defense. A strong performance in these rounds can sway the scorecards and ultimately determine the winner. Championship matches also have stricter regulations when it comes to weight classes. Boxers must meet specific weight requirements to compete in their respective divisions. If a boxer fails to make weight, they could be disqualified or the title could be declared vacant. Speaking of disqualifications, in championship boxing, the referee's role is even more crucial. They're responsible for ensuring the safety of the fighters, enforcing the rules, and maintaining the integrity of the match. Any violation of the rules can result in points being deducted, or in severe cases, a disqualification. Lastly, it's essential to note that each boxing organization, such as the World Boxing Association or the International Boxing Federation, may have slight variations in their championship rules. These could range from the type of gloves used, the size of the ring, to even the specific qualifications of the judges. To sum it all up, championship boxing is more than just a fight. It's a test of will, skill, and strategy. It's where the rules of the game become even more critical, making every punch, every move, every decision a potential game changer. Championship rules add another layer of complexity to the sport. We've covered a lot of ground today. We journeyed through the rich history of boxing, understanding how rules have evolved over time to shape the sport we love today. We dissected the basic rules of boxing, from scoring and rounds, to the pivotal role that the referee plays in maintaining the integrity of the match. We delved into the darker side of the sport, exploring common fouls and penalties. This understanding not only helps us appreciate the discipline required in boxing, but also the consequences of crossing the line. We then shifted our focus to safety equipment, highlighting the importance of gloves, mouth guards, and other protective gear in ensuring the boxer's safety. It's not just about winning, it's about coming out of the ring in one piece. We rounded off our journey with an insight into championship rules. These are the special rules that add an extra layer of excitement and gravity to high-stakes matches. They might vary a bit, but the spirit remains the same, fair and square. This comprehensive guide has hopefully given you a newfound appreciation for the sport. The rules of boxing may seem complex at first, but once you understand them, you'll find yourself more engrossed in the action. Now you're well equipped to understand and enjoy boxing on a whole new level.